But we have to start with discussing the title race, particularly with that huge clash at Anfield, Glenn, Liverpool against Manchester United. As a whole, though, such a close title race. How many are in it for you?
In the race at the moment, to win the league, I've got to say, there's probably about 5 teams, I think. In the race, I do believe there's one big favourite in Man City, myself, personally. But no, it's one of them seasons that if ever anything's going to happen, it's this season. There's so many little twists and turns. So many teams are beating each other and there's surprise results, and I think that's what it is. I think the mediocre teams, actually, the mid-table teams, have got better. They've got stronger. You know, the likes of Villa, Everton, Southampton, they're taking points off some of the big teams, and it's making for a fantastic league, isn't it?
It's been so unpredictable, Miguel. Do you echo that? Are there roughly around 5 teams that could still challenge Liverpool to the title? Yeah,
right now, because of that unpredictability, and because, I mean, you could even see it on Tuesday night where had Spurs beaten Fulham, or on Wednesday night, sorry, they would have gone third. As it is, they're still second because of one draw, or still sixth, sorry. But I do think it will narrow down to 2 teams by March, as it kind of tends to do. And I think it'll be, well, I mean, this Sunday will tell us a fair bit, but I think it'll be City and Liverpool by March.
I think 3. I think City, Liverpool, United. Because I think Glenn must be including Spurs in that.
Who's in your hunt, 5 then? Yeah, who's in the
Not Spurs, surely.
And yeah, I would actually.
Yeah,
because of Mourinho. That's only because of Mourinho. I don't think Spurs will win it, but I think they're in the hunt, and I think they'll be in the hunt. I think there'll be quite a few. But for me, Man City are hitting the straps. They're the ones now that are really consistent. There's so many teams been inconsistent this year. No one's been consistent, but at the moment, and you look at City's next 6 games, they're all against mid-table and the bottom teams. And you just, the way they're playing, with a centre-forward or no centre-forward, they're unplayable at times. And I just see them being, I think by the end of February, I think they'll be clear. Yeah. I think we'll notice that they could be clear from the rest of the group.
There's another thing with City, I think, which is connected to also like the context of this season, where, as you say, it's been so unpredictable. But basically since Mourinho came into the league in 2004 and ramped up, I mean, the league almost changed then. Chelsea would go on these runs straight away and then almost have it set by October. I remember Ferguson realised around then that he had to change his approach and had to kind of come into season. Traditionally, Ferguson basically would make sure United were set for after Christmas, whereas he realised straight away he had to go straight from the off. Whereas it feels like this campaign, we're back to that. And I remember hearing back in November that Guardiola had actually adjusted City's physical conditioning to make sure they were going to be in top condition coming into the last few months, which is actually they've adapted to the schedule.
Miguel, I hear that, and I think that's shrewd, but that could be for the Champions League. Well, more important than the Premier League, actually.
Well, that's the end of part 1.
There's just so much to discuss.